I might be going back to Arch Linux. Wait a minute. Wait, what's going on here? Holy moly. What just happened? Why would I go back? And am I going to use an Arch derivative? Will it be something immutable like Blend or Cachy, or will it be something bare bones? Stick around. I almost can't believe that I'm actually going back to Arch Linux. And yes, I'm considering it. And I'm considering going to Cachy. And again, I'm beside myself. There's a couple of reasons which I'm going to get to in the video, but I just wanted to do a quick installation and just kind of give you a couple of pointers. Like if you're checking it out, you'll have a couple of heads up and that sort of thing. Hi, I'm Shaston. I'm a software engineer. Yeah, I know, crazy, right? Like some pudwhacker like me, a software engineer. Well, anyway, I've been using open source like forever, right? Like 17 years I've been using Linux, and before that, like 30 years ago, I used BSD for a couple of years. So I've been using open source software most of my adult life, and I'm an old man, so I'm kind of an expert on it, I think. Anyway, let's get back. And we gotta love Plasma, right? All right, here we are. Let's go ahead. Let's do one thing really quick. Let's change the display configuration. Let's make that the correct width and height. Let's keep. And now we're going to launch the installer. All right, I'm going to choose this Limine, or whatever, however you pronounce it. I just think it's an interesting project. And if I remember right, okay. All right, very good. Let's just go through this really quick. This is really easy. There was just one thing I wanted just to point out. And, okay. So you can choose any desktop you want. Ukui didn't work very well. Neri didn't work very well when I tried. I didn't try all of them. Plasma worked. Wayfire works exceptionally well, except it didn't, like I couldn't get the effects to render correctly, so there was a lot of screen tear and that sort of thing. But works. Okay. There's one other thing. So you have the ability to install like multiple desktops. They kind of advise against doing too many at one time. Okay. I forgot to tell you that if you check too many desktops, you'll get this message. And then after you get this message, at least my experience is that it will fail to actually install the operating system. Maybe, on real hardware it might be a little different, but that was the experience that I had. All right, so let's just go through here. There we go. Sorry about that. All right. Now we'll go ahead and install this, and I'll come back. Just gonna pause this, and I'll be back when it's done installing. All right, I'm back, and here we're done. And this will restart. Takes a second sometimes. All right, so I am going to show you some of the cool features about this that I was shocked. pretty nice so far, right? And we have, let's look at the desktop sessions. Yeah. I don't know what the difference between these are, but let's try this, the first one. Oh wow. This is nice. So I need to, let's see here. I don't have Kitty installed, right? So let me just do super M real quick. And let's see, how long does it take to restart? Wow. I was gonna try the other one, but anyway, let's see here. So, I am gonna try that in a minute, but I'm very curious to see how that's gonna work. All right, let's get the configuration. Basically, here's the welcome screen. It's kind of nice. You can look at the forum, look at the wiki, and all that. You can install apps. You can choose tweaks, which I just wanted to kind of do, like system update, for example. Let's enter in my super complicated password, and so there's nothing to do. Cool. You can reset key rings. You can remove the DB lock, remove orphans, install gaming packages, install Stapper support, blah, blah, blah. Change DNS server, install some spoof, whatever. Why don't we do that? And then, and then you just install that automatically. So now you have an update enabled. A few other things. I don't know what all of these are, but kind of cool. Cachy package installer or the kernel manager. Now these two are really cool. So let's start with the package installer. So like you could go through here and say, I wanted Ardua Audacious or any number of those things, which I probably would in my regular system. So let's do like Brave, right? And then is there anything in communication? Say I wanted Discord or something. I don't know. What do I want? Say I want PyCharm. I would actually like to check it out. I'll install NeoVim later. I got a few games, graphics, so bird font. GIMP. Because we always have to have a GIMP, right? No. I'll probably get canceled for that, right? Files will mail about Kmail. I don't know if I like Kmail or not. I don't even know, but Streamio, I used to use that. Scrappy, I'd use that. There's a lot of things. Caden Live, I would use that. All right, that's good enough. All right, so let's go ahead and now we are going to install all of these. And I will say is I was looking at this, I was really surprised how fast this went. I mean, at first, like, it seems like it's not doing anything and that sort of thing. And then you see that they're downloading, and then very, very quickly. Now it's just going to install all of these. I don't know why I would install PyCharm, but I don't even hardly program anymore. Not nearly as much as I used to. I want to get back into it though. All right, here we are. And those installed. If I come over here, for example, what did I install here? And why do we have micro? Like, please remove this text editor. It's like a substandard text editor, folks. I mean, seriously? Like, you should be using NeoVim or Emacs. No. Good. So, that you can see which one, everything that's new, and if you wanted to rank mirrors, you can rank mirrors. That one makes it even faster, I think, and that sort of thing. So very cool. You can take a look at the wiki, and there you are. You can look at getting started, the whole 9 yards. So one of the things that I wanted to check out here is, let's see here. All right. So, like, say I wanted to install a, different desktop environment. So if I did like sudo pacman, I'm going to make sure that this gets updated. I'm sure it has been, but just to make sure. So say xfce goodies, just like in the last video that I made of this. All right, so I don't do this every day. Sometimes I'm losing my freaking mind. I just like, oh my god, I'm just so like brain dead most of the time. And so now I installed xfce, for example, right? So if I come down here, let's just log out. And now let's go over here. Let's go to xfce session. I'm really curious to see if, all right, and here we are. And so that worked really well. And I'm going to actually explain really soon why I think that this actually matters. So here we go. There we go. Boom. Let's see here. Let's look at the desktop settings. Let's look for something a little nicer. Yeah, that's nice, but one's nice, except I like to have clear colors. I don't like to have like, so I like to have clear colors. Desktop icons, of course, we want none. Like, what the hell's wrong with you folks? Alright, let's log out one more time. I'm gonna go back to my old plasma for a minute. So adding desktops is very easy. You can add them into user X sessions and that sort of thing, and so that's always nice. And so there's another thing that I wanted to show as well. This kernel manager. This is the thing that I wanted to show as well. This is one of the main attractions that I have, is that I actually record music, and so I can have like a low latency kernel that Cachy comes out with. Real time is what RT is. So anytime you have like an RT in the kernel, it's just saying that there's a little extra real time configuration in the kernel, or built into the kernel, to where you can do things like record music, or sometimes like you can do things like overclocking and different things. Here I can just execute this, enter in my super complicated password, and there we go. Get the header and everything all in one. Very good. Now we're going to reboot this. Here we go. And there you have that. So now let's go ahead and again, let's go ahead and log out. Actually, I don't want to log out. Let me cancel that. Let's reboot this. Sorry. Let's restart. So let's go ahead and you can just go ahead and choose that kernel. Now, again, I'm not going to really get too much into the weeds here. I just wanted to show this because I think it is something that's rather interesting. I'm just going to show you that, you know, it works. It loads up at least. I don't know how well it works. I don't know about, you know, I haven't tested it or anything, but I think it probably works pretty spectacular. And this is one of the reasons why I think I might actually do this. So now I just want one other thing. I just want to do a couple more tests here and just kind of tell you what I'm thinking. All right, so we said we had this one, right? I believe this is supposed to. Oh, I see. So it's a little buggy. Okay. So you can kind of see that it kind of doubles. Very good. Now, and so, looks kind of good. I like it. I'd probably use it. It should have VI at least, I think. Oh yeah. Supposedly. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Some of these things are working rather well, but I can't get a menu to show up. So basically I would probably have to monkey around with this, but I don't see any reason why I couldn't use this. Anyway, here's my thoughts. I'm thinking seriously, based on what I'm seeing so far, that I might be going that direction. I like the real-time kernel. I like the fact that I can install multiple desktop environments because I don't like being stuck to just one. I also like having tiling window managers, so I'm definitely going to be checking that out on real hardware. Hopefully, if that actually works a lot better, I'll probably try, you know, I want to try Neary, and that was one of the distros that offered Neary, and I really wanted to check it out, but you know, it didn't work out. But so I think that I'm really considering this. I like the real-time kernel, so I'll probably use one of my laptops to record the music, but I would probably master it on my main driver. I would just basically, you know, copy the WAV files over, and I would just put them on my main machine, and I would just master them there. And I think that that is a good way to do that. But I've been thinking too, I'm likely going to switch distros. There's just a couple of things about uBlue that I'm drawing a few blanks here, and you know, it just doesn't seem like it's going to work out the way I wanted it to, at least not right now. Now, maybe in the future I can, you know, basically do, you know, a lot of the same things that I can do right now with Cachy. And it seems like maybe, I'm certainly interested in checking it out. But I'd rather check it out as like a side project and build up to it. And the other thing that I've been thinking of is why am I not checking out declarative operating systems? You know, like operating systems where the whole operating system, you know, is configured and run by the configuration itself, like NixOS, for example. So I might go that direction, and I can choose any kernel I like. I can choose any real-time kernel that I like. So there's that. And I can do the same thing with uBlue, but uBlue is not necessarily declarative. Kind of is. I mean, you can basically control like everything from a Docker container. So that's kind of declarative, and maybe I might dig further into that as well, but I'll probably do that after I switch. Just be looking at, you know, how I can, you know, do certain things. I think that's just going to be way more efficient to switch over to Cachy or NixOS. That's my thought. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So let me know what you guys think. Should I switch over to NixOS or something like that? Or should I switch to Cachy? Or should I stay at uBlue, like Aurora DX? Let me know in the comment section below. And, you know, let me know what you guys are thinking. If you want to watch a video why Manjaro shouldn't exist and should just die, just right here, I made a new video because I really wanted to get my point across why I don't think that this distro should exist, and this is the beginning of a lot of further conversations in the future.